Ever wondered how complex problems are solved in industries? Well, there's a structured approach that professionals use, known as the 8D problem-solving method. The aim is to dig deep, beyond symptoms, to find the root cause of problems and prevent their recurrence. The journey begins with the first discipline, D0, plan. Imagine you're a detective about to solve a mystery. You don't jump in without a plan, right? The same applies here. You start by defining the problem and the scope of the project. It's about understanding what you're dealing with, like knowing the difference between a single missing sock and a laundry machine that eats all your socks. Next, you gather initial information and resources because knowledge is power. And lastly, you assemble a cross-functional team, bringing together people with diverse skills and expertise. Because let's face it, two heads are better than one, and a whole team? That's golden. Just as in any journey, the first step in problem solving is knowing where you're going. Once the problem is defined, who do you think should solve it? Well, it might surprise you, but it's not just one person, it's a team, a diverse one at that. This is the first discipline. A team with different skills and expertise can bring a wide range of perspectives to the table, making it easier to analyze the problem from different angles. Assigning roles and responsibilities, as well as establishing clear communication and decision-making processes, are also essential parts of this step. Now let's move on to the second discipline, describing the problem. It's crucial to define the problem clearly in quantifiable terms. Think of it as drawing a picture using only numbers and facts. This is where data collection and analysis come into play. The more data we collect, the better we understand the scope and impact of the problem. We also need to document any concerns from our customers, both external and internal. Remember, a problem well stated is a problem half solved. What do you do when your boat starts to sink? The answer isn't to just start bailing water, but to find the leak and fix it. That's what we do in the fourth discipline of 8D problem solving. After implementing immediate actions to minimize the problem's impact, we need to get to the heart of the matter. It's time to identify and verify the root cause. This is where we ask the tough questions. We start digging deeper, using problem-solving tools like the 5 whys and the fishbone diagram. 5 whys is like an inquisitive toddler asking why over and over until we unearth the root cause. Meanwhile, the fishbone diagram, or Ishikawa diagram, is our detective's tool, helping us visualize potential causes and their relationships to the problem. The final step in this discipline is to determine where the problem escaped detection, the escape point. It's about finding the blind spot in our system that allowed the problem to slip through. Let's plug the leak before the boat sinks completely. How do we ensure the problem doesn't come back? This is where the rubber meets the road in our 8D problem-solving process. Once we've chosen and verified our permanent corrective actions, it's time to get them off the drawing board and into the real world. We're talking about disciplined implementation. This isn't a Wild West scenario. We need a controlled, systematic rollout of our solution. We bring it into our processes, we integrate it into our systems, and we ensure it fits seamlessly into our operations. And then we watch, we monitor and measure the results, looking for signs of effectiveness. We're like detectives, always on the lookout for clues that our problem is truly a thing of the past. This is validation in action, the proof that our solution is not just a quick fix, but a long-term answer to our problem. Because remember, it's not enough to fix the problem, we must make sure it stays fixed. So, the problem is solved. What's next? Well, the seventh discipline, or D7, is all about preventing recurrence. It's not enough to just fix the problem, we need to ensure it doesn't happen again. This involves modifying systems, processes, or procedures, implementing controls to detect and address potential issues early, and sharing learnings and best practices across the organization. It's the stage where we turn our hard-earned lessons into long-term solutions. Finally, we reach D8, where we recognize team and individual contributions. This is just as crucial as any other step. It's where we celebrate our success, acknowledge the hard work, and commend the resilience of each team member. It's also a moment to document lessons learned for future reference and to share knowledge with other teams. And that, dear problem solvers, is how the 8D method turns problems into opportunities for improvement and innovation.